This is a quick overview on the agent desktop. So the agent desktop is a web-based front end, which is used for all agents to work on email, chat, and as well voice calls. As stated before, we can use any phone. So that means any phone which is connectable via the PSTN, we can use as a voice termination point. The desktop also provides team and agent statistics. And also it can be used in the single sign-on mode. So that means if you logged in once with your account, you do not need to re-enter your password. The whole history from the customer conversation is also captured within the desktop. So that means all done voice, chat, and email conversation with the customer are visible on the desktop. So when you log in, basically two things you have to do. First of all, you have to enter the phone number where you're reachable at the moment. So for example, this is your PSTN phone number or any mobile phone number where the calls will arrive from the customer. The second thing is you need to determine which team you're going to be logged in today. So you can change it if you want. So for example, you are logged into the product team. So your main skill is product, and only in worst case or in overflow scenarios, you get calls from support, and the other round vice versa. So the team basically controls the skill profile, and the skill profile is responsible for delivering the chat, emails, and voice calls to the certain agents. When you're logged in, you can put yourself ready and not ready. Here you can see you can put yourself ready, and when you go to not ready, you can customize the not ready reasons. And these can also be used later on for reporting purposes. When you want to make an outbound call, you have a dial pad. Either you type on the dial pad or you enter here a phone number, and then you can place an outgoing call to a customer as an example. In the menu below, you can select which number should be displayed to the customer when you call out. So it might be necessary that you need to specify a specific number if you want to call certain persons. So what happens when a call arrives? When the call arrives, you see all call details which have been captured within the call flow. So you see, for example, the phone numbers. You do see the customer phone number. If a selection has been done on the IVR system, you see the topic, what has been selected. You also can see things like, is this a VIP customer or not, which you can also specify. These values are customizable, so you can also remove some of them if you think it's not necessary to have them. On the top, we have the control buttons. So we can put the call on hold, we can transfer the calls, and also we can conference the calls. And last but not least, we do have the voice recording option in here. So that means we can also pause and resume the recording if necessary. On the right panel, we see the contact information. So we see information about the current caller and also his history. So when we transfer the call, we can either do a warm or a cold transfer. And we can transfer to different targets. So we can transfer to a certain person, to a queue, or to an external dialed number, to a DN, which is somewhere reachable via the PSTN. Let's have a look on the customer history. So when you're in an ongoing conversation, for example, here we are currently working on a chat, on a web chat, we see on the right-hand side the history of this customer. So this customer, for example, had multiple web chats in the past. So this we're going to see here on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, we do the channels and conversation what the agent did. So the agent did here a call, here a chat, or here an email. When we wrap up a task like a voice call or a chat as an example, we can enter a wrap-up reason. So these wrap-up reasons are customizable, so you can select a certain wrap-up reason which goes into the reporting, into real-time and historical reporting, where you can run reports on. Let's come to the agent statistics. So within the desktop, we do have a lot of statistics. For example, this is a statistic showing what the agent did today. We can also specify the time frame in here for the last week or last month or even beginning of the year. And then we can see how many calls have been handled, for example, 2, and also here 3 chats and 1 email, or in total. The same for all the timers, like the handed and the wrap-up timers. We can also display a pie chart. So this pie chart, for example, shows the states, how long has the agent been ready, how many calls have been connected. Can be found here as well. Let's make a small demo. First of all, I need to log in. So I'm not currently logged in with SSO. This is the first time, so I'm going to be asked for my email address. I enter my password. And now I have to specify the phone number where I'm reachable via the PSTN. So I enter my phone number in here, and I have to select the team. Remember, the team determines which skill set and which skill profile I'm assigned to. So for example, if I'm more a product specialist and I go to this one, I get more or higher priority on products, and only in worst case, for example, in overflow scenarios, support cases. And the other way around, if I'm a support person, so I may get first a higher skill within support, and only via the overflow I get product questions. So when I'm logged in, I can see my channels. So currently I can serve 1 concurrent voice channel, 5 concurrent mails, and 5 concurrent chats. On the left-hand side, you see my received calls, and even also emails and chats are in here. There's a filter on top where you can see only the voice calls, or only the emails, or only the chats. There's a ready not ready setting for here, so you can go in here and you put yourself to another not ready reason. Again, these are customizable and can be used for reporting purposes, or I can put myself ready. So let's make a call into the system. Let's see what happens.
Hello and welcome to the B&S demo. Did you know? We have an exciting offer coming to you. Please visit our website at www.bucker-suter.com. For quality purposes, we would like to record this call. If you do not want this, please press 1 to turn off recording. Please choose from the menu the following options. Press 1 for product info or 2 for support.
So now the call is arriving. So what do we do on this screen? So first of all, we can see the customer phone number and also what has been selected. I can also see if this is a VIP customer, for example. Now from here, I can put myself or can put the call on hold. I can consult, transfer the call. If I do that, I either go in here, select an agent, or select a queue where I want to select the call to, or I go directly to a PSTN number. We have a transfer as well here, so we can transfer the call, or we can even conference, depending on if others are available. Here we have the recording control. So within the recording control, I can put myself on pause the recording, and also I can resume the recording. On the right-hand side, I can see the customer contact history with all the calls what this certain person did before from customer perspective. Okay, let's hang up this call. So now I've hung up the call, and now you can see the wrap-up. And within wrap-up, I can select a wrap-up reason, for example, and this goes into the reporting. Let's have a quick look on the statistics. So on this tab, we can find all statistics over the whole contact center for the performance, what I did. So here we can see the statistics of what has been handled. I can select the time frame here, for example, for this week, last week, this month, or even this year. We can also see how many contacts I have handled, for example, from chat, email, and telephony perspective. And also the details on chat and emails here below for each day. Here we have a real-time chart which displays the number of handled contacts. And here my state, for example. My logged on time. In all certain states. And here the team statistics of my team members as well. For example, other people also working in the same team. Also what has been handled from team perspective. And the queue statistics. Plus, of course, for the queue statistics divided for each channel. And last but not least, the outbound calls, so what has been done on the out dial part. Let's come to the omnichannel capabilities. So the Webex Contact Center is able also to handle a web chat, for example. So if you have a website, on the website you can put a small button. This button will provide an access point for chat for this certain website. When the chat arrives, the agent gets the chat, and the agent can answer the chat, they can type in, they can upload files, they can also respond with quick responses. On the right-hand side, we see all information which has been captured from the web chat from the customer perspective. Of course, also email and chat have a wrap-up phase. So here, for example, this is the wrap-up for chat, where we can also determine a certain wrap-up reason. Let's come to email management. So if we send in an email, we're gonna see here the email which has been written from the customer. And we can also reply to this certain email here. And also on the right-hand side, we see more information about the customer details. And the wrap up for email as well, the same like for chat and voice calls. Let's make a small demo. So this is a website, and on this website, we do have the possibility to add a small widget for starting the web chat. So by clicking on this certain item, we can open up the dialog and we can enter information from the customer. I ask, or I may assist which kind of questions do I have, for example, a product question. And then we can start the chat. So currently we're waiting for an agent. Let's have a look on the agent desktop. Here's the chat. I'm going to answer that one. And the first thing what we can see on the right hand side is what I have entered from the detail perspective. And here we can send a predefined chat response. And there you see the communication now going back and forth between the agent and the customer. Of course, we can transfer files here. So that means from the website, we can send files to the agent and the other way around as well. Here we can also transfer the chat to another agent, or we can even conference the chat to another agent as well, so that we are in a three-party conference for chat as an example. And here is the possibility to escalate this chat session into a WebRTC video call. So that means that the customer can use his web browser based on WebRTC to start a video call with voice, and on the other side, the agent does the same. Let's finish the chat. Now I'm in wrap-up state and I need to determine a wrap-up reason. Now let's work on an email. So I'm going to send in an email. There's the email. We can accept the email. Here we can see the email from the customer. Below, there's the quick reply area where I can now answer this certain email. We can reply to all as well. And we can send the mail. When I have sent the email, I'm again in wrap-up state and I need to select a wrap-up reason.